Hey, sorry I'm late. What is it? About 5 after 6. Welcome to Photo Share and Discussion number 262. What is this, January 20th, 2019. Let me just go ahead and post a link to this thing here. Time got away from me. I was downstairs watching, I don't know if the game's over yet, but I was watching the end of the Rams and the... Oh, it's overtime now. I just got informed by Pam that it's now overtime. Oh, okay. The Rams and the New Orleans Saints. It's been a good back-to-back game, so apologize for that. But we are here, number 262. I'm just going to get the link posted in the chat. So I hope everybody is doing well. Let me see here. Link. So, what are we? We're coming up on Martin Luther King Day tomorrow here in the States. So a lot of people are not working, or either have a day off or do a day of service or that type of thing. I'm working. Pam's working. A lot of people in Atlanta are off, obviously, but there's a fair amount that are still working. So I'm going to be working. I know some people make this a long weekend and all of that. So hope everybody's going to take advantage of that if you have the opportunity, I guess. But we're almost to the end of January already. It's kind of crazy as I stall for time to get this link posted. But yeah, we're coming up on a big, I guess, photographic event coming up in a couple weeks. Is the Super Bowl. I guess I can say that, or do I have to say the big game? I don't know. I guess I'll call it the Super Bowl. Nobody, if I get sued by the NFL, I guess that'll be a good thing. But the Super Bowl is coming up in a couple of weeks, and that is for sports photography. It's a huge build up, lots of drama. They try to manufacture stories depending who's playing and that type of thing. And we'll figure that out tonight. But that's coming up in a couple weeks, and I'm sure there's going to be photography related stories to that coming up here as we get closer to that. So yeah, big photography there. I mean, we're coming in. It's kind of we got a nice got a full moon coming up over the horizon over here. What time is it? Yeah, it's 10 after 6. So yeah, early moonrise tonight, I guess. But full moon. But as far as weather here, it's cold. It's cold for him. It's the coldest day we've had this year or this season. I don't think it got above 36, 37 degrees today, and was windy. So kind of raw for Atlanta. So I didn't get out and do any photography. Let me go ahead and open this up. But I'm sure there are some images in the group, because it's been and everybody else has been kind of active with the camera. I haven't really been too much in the last few months, but it's just been crazy with work and all the other stuff that's going on. The weather, like I was saying last week, weather hasn't really cooperated too much for us right now. At least the time I've had. Close this off. At least the time I've had available, it's been kind of wet and rainy. It's just one of those things. Hey, Head. Yes, Coach. I was watching the game. Watching. So I'd like to welcome Head Coach from beautiful Idaho. And he is watching the game, as is everybody. And I'm stopped. I guess I'll Pam yell up here when the what's going on. I guess I could open up DirecTV, but on the computer, but I won't. So as far as photography, yeah, business has been just kind of busy. Timing hasn't been real good as far as my time available, the weather, that type of thing. But I'm sure other people have been getting out there. I'm going to open up Flickr right now and see who's in there. But there's a little bit of news, I guess. There's I saw some stuff very briefly about. It was an article. Is it this week? Yeah, talking about the. Was it on Petapixel talking about the transition? It's pretty much going to be. Everybody's kind of thinking that SLRs are digital SLRs are gone because of the full frame mirrorless and how good they are right now, and just the new ones that have come out by Nikon, Canon, of course Sony's like you said in the third generation of that, and their thoughts were that the digital SLR is probably going to go the way of the dodo bird, I guess, which is not surprising, I guess. Sooner or later, it will. It'll just be mirrorless, full frame, digital, and then film cameras. Right, Dennis?
Yeah, that sounds good to me, Mark.
So I imagine you're because you're probably trying to get the last minute score of the football game here, right?
Yeah, well, I was watching the Masters Snooker Championships tonight.
Oh, snooker, huh? Is that still a big? Do a lot of people watch that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, was it like the national championship or something?
Yeah, well, there's lots of them. Like they get the world championships, and they're all in different countries. You get the China.
Okay.
China and that. Yeah, it's quite a popular sport. I'm surprised America doesn't do it.
Oh, I'm sure we do. I mean, if there's a sport, America probably does it some level or another. Now, whether it gets on, it's probably on TV too. It's probably on one of the bazillion sports channels that we have. But I used to watch pool back in the 70s. You remember that when they had what was it, Minnesota Fats, and that was American. So I don't know, did that ever make it over there? Was that?
No. Well, obviously I don't think pool's televised that much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, snooker is a completely different game, right? Yeah.
Snooker is extremely skillful. If you watch the two guys in the final tonight, they can just control the balls. When I play, the object is to get a ball in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
When they play, they get a ball in the pocket and get the white ball back to the next shot, ready for the next. Don't matter where it is, anywhere on the table, they get that coloured ball in the pocket, and then they get the white ball right back to where they need it for the next shot.
Yeah. Now, snooker, how many balls do they start off with? Is it 6?
No, there's absolutely loads on the table. I don't know how many reds there are. I've never really counted them, but you get all the colours, all different values. You'll have to watch one of the games on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll take a look.
Table's 12 foot by 6 foot.
Okay. Okay, I just Googled snooker versus pool table. Snooker tables are larger, they're lower in height, and have smaller pockets.
Yeah.
12 feet by 6 feet. Okay. And US ones are 10 by 5.
Now, 4 foot by 6 is a pool table, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 by 6 or 6 by.
It's 6 by 12. It
should 9 by 5, basically.
No. Yeah. Full-size snooker table is 12 foot by 6 foot, I think.
Yeah, so it's a few feet longer and another foot wider. So it's whatever, probably 25% more surface area than a pool table. So billiard table is covered in 100% worsted wool. Snooker doesn't say what snooker tables. Larger, yeah, okay. So it's basically bigger table, so it's harder because it's more space and the number of balls. Okay, yeah. I don't know why pool is just seems to be more popular here, but I'm sure there's people that play snooker.
Pool is popular in the pubs, like all the pubs got pool tables.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, there all used to be bar billiard tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I've got a bar billiard table here.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right.
It's an old pub one. I mean, it's solid mahogany with a slate top. It's.
I think probably weighs 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It took 4 of us to move it in the room, So.
Yeah. It's not flexible either. You can't bend it around to get around a corner or anything.
No. The good thing about bar billiards is you only play from one end of the table, whereas pool tables and snooker tables, you need to go all the way around them.
Yeah, you need to go all the way around. Yeah,
you need a big room to put them in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you do, because you need to be able to go all the way around the table and have enough room to position and make the shots.
There's not. I don't think there's many people here would have a full size snooker table in their house. There's not many houses that can accommodate a full size snooker table. Yeah,
that's even bigger. Yeah, a lot of people had pool table. I don't know about so much. I'm sure a lot of people still do put pool tables in their basement rec rooms, that type of thing.
My friend's got a pool table. When I go around there, I lose every game virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the good thing is when he comes round to me and we play bar billiards, it's the other way around.
Yeah. You have to make sure that you divide up the whose house you go to, so you each have a chance of winning.
Yeah, it's he says I'm really good at getting the angles right on bar billiards table, but it's only 6 foot by 4. And
okay.
His pool table was 8 foot by 4, and it's the balls are bigger, so the angles are different over a longer distance.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, and then snooker, are the balls smaller?
Yeah, I think they're the same size as bar billiards, but
but it's a much bigger.
12-foot distance, hitting that ball accurate enough to pocket another ball is. That
does take some skill.
Me and Ben, when we was in Italy, we played American pool. The hotel had an American pool table, and even though it had massive pockets, the balls were much bigger, and I had the same problem. Just couldn't get them in.
Yeah. I've played pool now and again over the years. I'm terrible at it, and it's just. And usually, most of the time I played has been, been at a bar or whatever. So I'm not my limited pool skills were not being helped by the beer that I was consuming as I was trying to play pool. So,
well, my bar billiard table still got the French clock mechanism in it, because you used to have to put a coin in.
Oh, okay, yep.
And you pull the timer. That game's played on a fixed time, on a mechanical timer.
Okay.
And so, as soon as the timer runs out, it drops a bar down inside the table, and you don't get the balls back like a pool table.
Okay. Yeah. Well, they had those in the pool. Pool tables same way. I mean, once it's done, no balls come back. They all go. They will all go into a thing, and then once the timer is up, the bar comes down, and that's it.
You play the game then till you run out of balls, and that's the end of the game.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. So.
Whereas if you play snooker, I mean, you could do a game in 15 minutes or an hour and 15. It's
depending how skilled the players are and
that's it. Yeah,
strategy. Yeah, and those guys are. I mean, if it's like it's like chess or any strategic game. I mean, you're playing several moves ahead. I mean, you're positioning and planning. You're playing way ahead of where you're at right now.
Yeah, well, the local snooker clubs and they've all got their champions, and the different regions have got their champions, and I expect a lot of them are really good. But when you watch these world-class players play, I wouldn't want to play them for money. That's a dead cert.
Yeah. No, it's like anything. When you get to the top of the top, the pro level, there's just so far ahead of anybody else playing the same sport, whatever the sport is. It could be snooker, it could be football, basketball, cricket, soccer. I mean, any game. I mean, athletes. Olympic athletes versus regular athletes. I mean, it's just crazy. You don't think people could be that good at a particular activity. But
yeah, I watched one of the champions this week, and the guy snookered him real good and proper. He put the white ball right up the top of the table behind one of the colours, and the only red ball left on the table was down the other end, and it had balls all over the place, and there was no way he was going to get to it.
Yeah,
and he actually got to it, but by hitting it off of 4 cushions, the whole 4 sides of the table, it worked its way through, missed every ball, and touched the red ball.
Yeah. Oh, it is amazing.
Yeah.
Much.
There's no way he's going to do that, and he did.
Yeah. It's it is amazing to watch the people that are at the top of their game, whatever it is.
Where it's like the football players, they're the real good guys. They get paid a fortune, don't they?
Yeah. You get the sponsorships and all that stuff. Final. Oh, LA won, huh, Pam? Oh, I just saw final overtime. LA 26, New Orleans 23. Oh, okay. Joe's going to be happy, Dennis. The Los Angeles Rams won, beat New Orleans in overtime to get a spot in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. So Joe's going to be happy.
Yeah, actually, it's a shame Joe's not on because he's got an iMac, same as me, isn't he?
Yes, he might be on after this because the game just now finished. So I'm sure he was watching the football game, and he was just too. It was too important a game. He couldn't divide his attention. So he'll probably pop on here and be yelling and screaming here pretty soon. So he's. My
iMac was getting slower and slower, Mark, because it's loaded up with so many photos. It was like 600 gigabytes of filling the drive up, and when I was switching it on, it was taking longer and longer to boot up.
Yeah.
I mean, the boot up time had got to like 2.5 minutes.
Okay.
And even then, it still wouldn't. The desktop was up, but nothing really functions. It's still loading programs in the background. It's running slow, and when you touch the mouse to wake it up, it takes forever to come up on the screen. Then you click the web browser and it says you're not connected because it hasn't loaded that bit yet. So what
did you install a faster drive or something?
Yeah, what I've done was I bought an external SSD drive, a terabyte SSD drive.
External? So you connected it via what, like the FireWire or whatever?
Yeah, USB 3 on the back.
Okay, all right.
Or a Thunderbolt connection on a Mac.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
And then I cloned the old drive and put it on the SSD.
Okay. So you put what did you put on there? The operating system or the images?
Everything. I just cloned what was on the internal drive, cloned it to an external.
Okay, so you put everything on there. Okay, all right.
Then I booted up from the SSD as a default drive, and installed an external 2 terabyte hard drive for backup purposes as well.
All right. Wow.
I couldn't believe the machine when I turned it on.
Oh man, yeah, probably 100 times faster.
Yeah, boot up time's now 25 seconds, and everything works.
Yeah, so 10 times faster, basically. Yeah. Look at all that time you got back now, Dennis.
Yeah, calling up photographs and stuff is instant. I can't believe it's so quick. You click on a web browser and it's on the screen before you've moved.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Going from how old is your iMac?
About 5 years now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Joe's, I think, is 3 or 4. So yeah. So that's probably a huge difference in speed.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy an iMac now with one of these Fusion drives, which is SSD and part hard drive.
Yeah.
They're $2,500.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, they're expensive. I mean, I've had this computer for it's going on 9 years now. So, but I gave it new life a couple years ago because I installed an SSD drive internal, and then I moved all the programs and the operating system to that. so it boots up very quick. I still have images and stuff on the internal regular hard drive, and that it gets bogged down a little bit. But as far as like getting programs and stuff to work, it's so much faster now.
I left everything on the hard drive, internal hard drive, because these iMacs are so thin. I'd hate to like try and get this one apart to put an internal drive in.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! It's on, baby!
I told you.
We're going! Woo!
I said, oh, game's over. I told Dennis, "Is Joe will be on in a couple minutes, yelling and screaming."
Oh my God, this is awesome! Oh,
it was a good game, huh?
Great game, man! 57-yard field goal to win it. That was incredible. Oh my God! Guy catches an interception on his back. Oh my God, man! I was losing my mind.
It didn't look good first half, really.
Oh no, it didn't. No. I was worried bad. Oh my God, the text that I was sending people were nuts. Oh my God. Whew.
Okay, well there you go. See, Joe did some repainting, Dennis, and he painted. Was it Rams blue? Did you say?
It's close. It's not exactly. Yeah, people
I was thinking, I was like, man, if the Rams lose, Joe's gonna be like, hell with that. I'm repainting the wall now.
I still got everything up too. I could just easily repaint. I go buy another gallon and just do it over. Yeah.
Well, good. It was a good game. That's for sure.
Oh my God! I was losing
second half was. Yeah, it was a nail biter. I mean, I don't care really one way or the other. So it was kind of fun just to see it. But
oh man, it just and a little help from the referees. No calling that one. That should have been
that should have been holding, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah. It should have been. Oh my God, interference, holding, however they wanted to call it. It could have been easy.
Mm-hmm.
My God, because he didn't look at all. He just, I'm like, okay.
Oh man. Well, there you go. Now you got 2 weeks to wait for all the hype to build up, and it's going to be here in Atlanta.
Yeah, you going?
Huh? No. Yeah. Well, I know a lot of Atlanta people are happy that the Rams won because they don't like, New Orleans.
Right.
That would have sucked. So now they need Kansas City because they hate the Patriots too.
Yeah.
So it needs to be Kansas City and LA. I think it would be a really good game. I think that would be a good game.
Oh my God, I was losing my mind, man.
That would be good to see.
That was great.
So you were watching football. Dennis, I asked Dennis if he was watching football and he was watching snooker. So pool. English.
Oh yeah, he's talked about that before.
Yeah.
That does seem interesting, though.
Yeah, no, it is.
You'll have to have a look on YouTube and have a look at a guy called Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's one of the top players, and if you could play snooker like he does, you'll be over here earning a fortune.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you brought that up before we we talked about it. Yeah. It seems fun. I mean, pool's a good game.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and there's some differences between. That's why I was asking Dennis what the difference was between pool and snooker. And snooker's a bigger table, and looks like more balls, and so it's just even harder. Even harder than pool.
Crash a ball around the table on the snooker table.
Yeah,
it's very, very slow and gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, it's perfect for sipping a drink and smoking a cigar and.
Yeah.
Just hanging out and in your smoking jacket,
Oh yeah.
Your smoking jacket.
All the gentlemen's clubs in London have probably got snooker tables.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah. So you got the Super Bowl coming up now in 2 weeks. So we know the Rams are going. So they're a very photographic team. Colors. So. And then I hope Kansas City goes. So I think that would be a great Super Bowl, Kansas City and LA. So that would be a good one.
Either way it goes, it's a rematch You know, either way it goes, the Rams, Patriots in the Super Bowl again, that'd be a rematch. Or the Rams and Kansas City would be another big rematch from, of course, earlier this year, the game that I went to. So either way, now that the Rams are in it, it's going to be one of these rematch sort of games.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's well. Congratulations, Joe. Your team is in the Super Bowl.
I know, man. It feels like I did something. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. You know.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good game. So
this week, Mark, we had our vote in Parliament. Of course, the one she delayed before.
Oh yes, yeah. And
it was the biggest defeat that
ever
Parliament had suffered.
Yeah, but she survived the no confidence vote, though, right?
Yeah, 130 of her own MPs voted against her. I mean, that's.
Yeah, well, she survived though, so she's
well, I think
the
reason she survived the no confidence vote is because none of them wanted the deal, the Brexit, because basically it keeps us in the EU, which is another name. But they didn't want to bring down the government, obviously, because then there'd be a general election.
Yeah. So she lost. She won by losing.
Yeah, well, it's not ended yet. Of course, now she's got to present a new deal, which is going to get rejected again. So I can't see that.
It's like a sport. Politics is a sport in the UK.
It is. They're talking about now that they may delay leaving on the 29th of March. But the newspapers are going like, dare they do it? You know, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, they will. They will.
No, I don't think they could because it was a referendum. The date's been set to leave with or without any kind of deal.
Well, that'll make it interesting.
It will.
Yeah. So you have basically 2 months to leave, and there's no deal in place on what you're going to do after you leave.
Yeah, because I was looking forward to it. The 29th of March in the future is obviously going to be our Independence Day. We'll probably celebrate like you guys do.
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah, it's politics is definitely interesting all around the world.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a politician myself.
No, I'd rather be a snooker player or a football player. I think, although I'm not built for football, so I'd have to be snooker.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you want to be rich, you have to be a football player.
Yeah, those guys do make a lot of cash.
Yeah, I think like a snooker champion, I don't know what they got paid tonight when they won the final, but it was probably about 150 grand.
Okay.
Whereas obviously one of our football players earns that on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's how much they earn every time they show up on the what do you call it, the pitch, right?
That's it. Yeah, every time they turn up for work, they get 100 grand. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, soccer or world football, the athletes tend to last a little longer. American football is pretty brutal, so they get a lot of money, but the average lifespan of an NFL player is what? Maybe 3 or 4 years, Joe? Something like that?
It's exactly 3 to 4 years. Yeah,
it's not that long. Yeah.
Beating each other to death. It's not football, is it?
Yeah, it's a brutal game as far as physicality. So, and even those guys, body can only take so much. So
it's basically karate with a ball.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, you think you got guys? I mean, even small players in the NFL are, 6'2", 6'3", and 200 pounds. I mean,
I was always impressed with your basketball players. They're massive.
Oh yeah, those guys are 6'8", 6'9", and 300 in some cases. Yeah. So when those two large bodies run into each other full speed like they do on a football field, and even with the pads, I mean, it's just
Yeah, I can see why you need all the protection.
Yeah.
You'd go to hospital every game, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And you don't realize how big you probably do because you go to the games, Joe, so you see those guys. But I mean, you don't really get the scale when you're watching on TV. I mean, you just don't get that they're actually all like 6'5", 6'6", and 250, which is big.
Right. Well, it gives you because there's quite a few guys that are out there that are 5'8", 5'9". So it gives you a huge perspective on it when you see, like that running back that we picked up on the Rams. He's 5'8".
Yep. Anderson, or whatever his name is.
Yeah. He's a little guy, but he's
5'8",
just
200 probably.
way over 200. Yeah, he's well over 200. I think he's 230, something like that. He's a stocky guy. I mean, he is just
like a human bowling ball.
Oh, he is. That's literally what they call him. Yeah, he's a little chunky and stuff like that, but man, he is a powerful runner.
He's the speed guy. Is he the small guy? He can get.
He's not super fast. He's more of a power guy. He's just like a run you over type.
Run through you. Yeah. That's running backs don't last very long in the NFL. They're one of the shorter positions actually. They turn through running backs so fast. Yeah. It's such a.
What were you saying? He used to be 6'4".
Right? Yeah. All the pounding. Yeah.
He was 6'4". Now he's 5'8".
Yeah. Now he's 5'8". Yeah.
Squish him down.
That's how it goes. Yeah. A couple of helmet to helmet hits, man, and you get shrunk down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. This one's just about to. They just sang the national anthem. I got to get going though, man, because I still got to do some stuff here in the house. But I just wanted.
Okay, well, good. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
You can watch the other game as you clean up the house a little bit, I guess. So.
Yeah, I got to get in the attic. My thermostat. I don't know what's going on. I think I know what it is. I just got to get in. My unit is in the attic for some reason. That's where they put it. So I got to get up there and see if it's a fuse. If I can find the fuse, then hopefully it is the fuse. If not, then I got to call HVAC guy tomorrow and get it.
That'll be $150 for him to
easy. Yeah, just to show up. Yeah,
you replace the fuse that you thought you didn't see, but he saw in 3 seconds, and
and that'll be an additional $75-$80 exactly.
Yeah.
For a 2-cent
fuse. And normal fuses are like 5 cents, but this is a special fuse, and it's only $75, but it's guaranteed. Yeah,
and you know what sucks is I bought some, so I have them here, but we can't use yours because we don't know where it came from.
Yeah, they don't want to be liable. Yeah.
It came from the same Home Depot that you bought yours at, fool. You know?
You stopped that on your way over here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So every time you go to Home Depot, you see all the contractors that are in there buying stuff.
I talked to them. Yeah. I was asking a few guys, while I was in there, I was asking anybody that would listen. Hey, do you guys know about thermostat? Do you know about thermostat? And they're like, I don't work here. I'm like, I don't. I know that. I just want to know if you know about it. I know who you are. I don't know you, but I have a good feeling you're a contractor, and you're in the darn, AC aisle here, the heater aisle, whatever you want to know.
Well, it's probably a little chilly there, but just be glad you're not in the Midwest or anything like that now.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, I bought a heater today, one of the last heaters you could find, but I bought one. It works good, thank goodness. But it's
what's it going to get down to tonight there? 45 probably?
44? Yeah.
Oh man,
It is, but it's weird. It's still chilly. You know what I'm saying?
It's cold. Like, I mean, it's all relative, I guess. But yeah.
And then I got this tile house, man. So it just like radiates this cold. You know, when it gets chilly.
You know, that's not cold, Joe.
It's not. You're absolutely correct. It's not.
It's 0 here at the moment.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
But when you get used to, 70, 75 constantly, then it's our
it was cold. Yeah, it's all relative, I guess. So
because it's 73 here, man. You know.
Yeah. So 35 here today, which was cold for us for a high temperature. It's pretty cold for us for a high temperature. So, but it's supposed to get down to like 18 or 19 tonight. So.
Oh my God, 18 or 19. I think they've closed schools and everything here. Yeah.
They will. They're probably going to delay opening schools here by an hour or two tomorrow morning.
Honestly, yeah, it's hilarious to me, man. Yeah. There's other parts of the country they get 10 feet of snow for Christ's sake, and they're like, we might have a snow delay.
Yeah. It's all what you're used to.
You'll be out there with the cameras then when it's snow all over Texas, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
if they're
What's on the news when they get snow in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's if we get snow here in Atlanta, which we do every once in a while, and you see it's hilarious watching people driving it. They can't. So
yeah. This country comes to a grinding halt as soon as the snow comes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You're not used to it, and people don't deal with it. So,
well, I better go, man. We'll see.
Fix your thermostat and go Rams.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe, while you're on, Joe, I used my new speed lights, and you were right.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, it took me about 2 days to find out to get the get the things to function properly.
Yeah. And so, did you get it functioning? And
yeah.
I've done a few photos, and
there's a few shots on the group from last week, Joe. Yeah, a couple.
Oh, is there? Oh,
yeah.
Let me check them out real quick.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I want to see how he did.
Some interesting ones.
Yeah, I played with the glass. That was.
Yeah, the glass with the juice in it. He claims it was cranberry juice, but I think it was probably a good port or nice Bordeaux.
Oh, is that you? Yeah, look at you with I haven't even done stuff like that. That's cool, man. I like that. You have 2 of them on here, right? And then you have like a what is that? A skull? A scalp?
Yeah, that's cool. The little Halloween thing.
Oh, is this flowers? You did.
Yeah, you know that photographing glass is really hard.
Yep, it sure is. Yep.
It is, yeah. So I thought I'd have a play. I put the speed light behind a like a softbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, and right behind the glass to get that level.
That's an awesome effect, man. I dig it. I've never even thought to do anything. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, very nice. He got some good results. So Dennis will be he's absorbing everything light related here. So pretty soon he's gonna be like giving demos on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be a while because I was trying to get my film cameras to operate these speed lights, but one thing I did find out that my old film camera's TTL is nothing like the TTL on a digital camera.
No, not at all. No.
Close, huh?
No, they're different. You can use that flash, the film flash on a digital, but not the other way. The other way
around. Yeah, the communication is not it's not good.
Yeah, I did buy a small wire which I can physically connect to one of the speed lights. It's got a little jack plug in the side.
Yeah,
so
you can do it that way, or you could run. Oh, what do they call it? Man, I forget the terminology, but you can essentially make your other lights into slaves, if you will, just by running them off of the other speed lights. So whenever they see a light, they'll go off. Whenever they see.
Oh yeah, these ones you can either do trigger by light, or they've got 2.4 radio in them. They trigger by radio frequency, like 2.4 gigahertz is quite high. It works over 100 meters. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You got some good shots and.
Yeah, definitely.
Figuring it out. So that's wow. Okay. I see you posted a picture of Ernie. That's not with the speed light, right?
No, that's not the speed light. The speed lights come in 2 in the box, and they've got a Viper, which goes on top of the Sony camera, and that controls all the speed lights off camera, like a radio control.
Yeah.
How many will it control?
Yeah, it's got like wheels on the back.
Okay.
You can turn both the speed lights into slaves.
Okay.
And you can dial up what intensity you want the flash.
You should be able to operate like 3 groups.
Yeah, it does. It does group A, B, and C. Yeah.
And per group, man, you could have a crap load.
Okay, so you can get 50 lights and make it one group if you want.
Almost, literally, yeah. I've seen. Well, you take cats that shoot NBA games.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big indoor thing. Same thing with hockey, a big indoor sport.
Yeah.
Some soccer, some of the soccer guys do that as well. But they'll have like 16.
Wow. So what do they have? Do they just have a pole with 16?
Yeah, they'll be like different parts of, you know, guys that shoot high school games too, that sort of thing. But you know, they have different parts of the gym or the, you know, auditorium, whatever you want to call it. They'll have different parts of that. They'll mount different speed lights, different strobes, and other cameras. So they'll be operating other cameras and speed lights at the same time. Typically from maybe one other trigger for one of the cameras, and then their speed light is just operating all the others. It's crazy, man. These systems, that's what I'm saying. Like, it really helps to get to know your camera first, and then get in. Now you understand it now, right, Dennis? After using it a little bit,
I was surprised that these speed lights sync at 250th of a second.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
Oh, way faster than that. Oh, they'll go up to 1/8,000th.
Yeah. It's got like second curtain switch. You can delay, you know.
Right. You can do first curtain and second curtain.
Yeah, and you can do multiple flashes as well. Like you can have like 10 flashes in a couple of seconds or whatever. You know?
Yeah. You can set it to flash after your lens is exposed, your mirror's exposed. Like, it's a trip, man. All the different things you can do for all the different situations you might be in. It's a whole different animal, especially with that high speed sync. High speed sync with your strobes and with your speed lights is takes it to another level, man. I mean, you know, in the middle of the day, you can shoot like it's dark. I mean, it's crazy.
I was really impressed with the battery packs in them. They got like 12-volt lithium batteries, and you get 500 flashes on full power.
Yeah.
And the recycle is 1 second.
Yeah, which is actually, that's, you know, and there's slightly faster than that. Some of them will go.
These weren't the top of the range, you know. They were just
Yeah.
I could have got something.
It's a little bit different than those square flash cubes that you put on the cameras.
I used to burn my fingers getting those bulbs out, you know.
They're a bit different.
The Patriots are threatened to score already.
Yeah, I go back to taking photos with Ansel Adams, like, you know.
Yeah. Just you need that little thing with the thing of powder.
Yeah.
I remember those little disposable flashes, and they had the strip, right? You had some of them that were a cube.
That's it, yeah.
And then some were a strip.
Yeah.
They used to explode when it went off, yeah.
Yeah. They were like, well, it was just literally like little strips of magnesium. Yeah.
No, I think the ones on the tray were best, where the guy just lit it up.
It's fun, but and what's kind of cool about, like, you're getting into speed lights now, is that just when you thought you kind of were getting comfortable and kind of knew photography, you find this whole animal and you're like, I don't know a damn thing about it, do I? Like, it really
it's completely different. I mean,
I'm still getting over using film, which is more than 25 ISO.
No, it's still photography, but it's a whole different specialty. Completely, it's a whole different world. You're using a camera, but outside of that, everything else is pretty much different.
You can see those old timers when they took the lens cap off the lens, and then the guy lit all the magnesium up, and then put the lens cap back on about a minute later.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, and that's a speed light.
Yeah, that was a speed light.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, this is good stuff, man. Already, just from looking at these couple of images, you know, already you're thinking differently. It's just, you know, already different ideas different creativeness is coming through, man. That's fun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
The glass I put on, which I inverted. That's why it shows cranberry juice.
Oh.
So yeah, the one with the blue is you just did an inversion, right, Dennis?
Yeah. An inversion because the background was white.
Yep.
Okay.
And the cranberry juice was a reddy color, so you know.
So that's blue. Yeah.
That's cool.
There's no way you could get a black background with the glass lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
effect.
It can be done, man. There's the guys that shoot this still life.
Mm-hmm.
You should see their setups, man. It is very, very interesting.
Yeah, but
I was going to show you while I'm thinking about this because I got the guy that's in my.
And a lot of them use natural light. It's just insane. They use natural light.
I stood the glass on a black cloth because when you hit the glass with a flash from the back,
right, it lights up and
you get the black lines up the side of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
So when you invert it, obviously they turn white.
Yeah.
So this, like these, I'll show you this. I want to show. This is the guy. He goes to Comic-Con or Dragon Con when it's here in Atlanta, and he photographs the people in costume, and he's in the middle of the hall, and he gets them with a speed light up close, and that's the result he gets.
That's pretty good.
Front, and it falls off so quickly in the background. He says, anybody, he's in the middle of like a convention hall, but because of the way he has the lighting position, it makes the background completely black. It just falls off so fast.
Yeah, you can do that, like you say, by intensely lighting the subject up for a short period.
Yeah, which is what he does.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's standing in front of a totally black background, but he's like standing in the middle of a hall because he just sets up a little booth on the hallway where everybody's coming and going from the event, and he just asks them if they want to get their picture taken.
That's good. That's really good. We have to try that.
Dennis is getting all into it now, man.
I'm excited now. Yeah.
So he's got a big light right there, and it just blacks out everything. Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Well,
the opposite of what you would think. You would think it would just like totally blow everything out, but the reality is it makes background solid black.
It's so fat. Well, you're overpowering your light.
Yeah.
So you're overpowering, like we like to say, you're overpowering the sun. So that's why it's important to have powerful light sources.
Yep.
So you can get small ones, which is okay, but then you're not going to be able to light as much of that subject like that.
Like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was literally taken like next to a window pretty much at the Atlanta Convention Center.
Yeah.
Would you think he uses a softbox on his speed lights?
You could. You could. But some of this is post-processing, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
A little bit, but most of the background, though, he doesn't have to do much to the background. It's pretty much.
I'm not talking the background though. He's processing these.
It's just the skin looks quite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, as far as getting the black background, he doesn't have to do a lot in post to get the background to be black, which is kind of interesting.
Right. Yeah. No. You absolutely don't. No, you don't have to. But yeah. Dennis is asking about
here. I mean, obviously, yeah.
He's asking about different stuff, not the background. But it's.
Yeah.
You reckon he softened the skin then, Joe?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No.
I mean, you could do this with this big, huge soft boxes, though. I mean, I have them, but then you're talking. You could do it with a speed light, but you're probably going to need. Well, I don't know what his situation was. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got a. I don't know what it's a pretty powerful, light. So.
Yeah, and I've got a flash bender, Joe.
Yeah, flash benders you could use. I'm not real. You have to play around with stuff, and it'll be kind of fun watching you go through your process. You'll use all that stuff. Have at it, man. Use it. Get to know it. And find your niche. just like with other photography. You know what I'm saying?
Find your happy place.
Yeah, find your happy place. You know, I'm already seeing stuff from you that I've never seen before because it wasn't an option. And
no, I put the glass on 500 PX.
Okay, which one? The blue one?
Yeah, the blue one.
Okay.
And I got more faves than I've ever got in any other photograph. You know? Yeah. It went like 70 odd. Yeah, just
because it's not easy to do. It's not, you know, it's very challenging to do that shot. I've never thought to do that. I thought to try to shoot water drops, which is, and I've done it, played around with it a little bit. You know, I'm not too into shooting still life. I'd rather shoot real life people.
Don't you have to have a trigger for doing that though, Joe? You know, where something passes through the infrared beam to trigger the camera.
Yeah, you kind of that's when you start doing stuff manually, right? And so you just kind of get the sense of your drips, and then a lot of guys are in control of it. You're kind of dropping it yourself, or it depends on your source for the water, but that's a whole nother animal too, man. You know, and then you
see one, Joe, where the guy had an air rifle firing a pellet through lights what were on.
Yeah.
And he actually filmed the moment that the glass shatters and the filament burns out. You know,
that's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to capture these things. You know, you might there's some guys that are really good with using different sorts of gear and capturing micro photography. They take their micro photography to a new level with light. You know, so it's I mean, the world's your oyster, man, with this sort of thing.
Let's have another play.
That's why it's fun to me to see, you know, it's fun, like a guy that's as experienced and makes his living at like Pat does. And it's fun for me to watch him play around with light, because he doesn't shoot external light. Every once in a blue moon he does, but when he does it, he has so much fun. He's like, "Holy crap, this is a whole nother new level for him." You know, so it's fun. You know, it's definitely challenging. Anything that can take us out of our creative normal to another thought process, another level is interesting, man. That's what it's all about, I think.
Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Joe.
Yeah, I'm out here, man.
Have fun with your furnace.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right. Take care, my piece.
Okay. So you put the let me share it here. So you put the reverse one on 500 PX then.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't put did you put the
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do the normal one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Huh. Interesting. And you got a lot of views and a lot of faves. It's a great shot. I mean, it's a very, very unique look. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I thought I need to play a bit more. I didn't get the light quite right because it's a bit light at the bottom. I would prefer to have it completely black. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think all I needed to do was tone down the light, or maybe zoom the light into the glass from behind. Because I've got zoom functions on, so it narrow the beam and make it more intense.
Okay, yeah, that might do it.
Yeah, it's all to have a play with, isn't it, Mark?
Oh yeah, and it doesn't cost you anything other than the time. But I mean, yeah, it's not like with film. Every time you do it, so I mean that is the advantage to digital. I mean, there's definitely an advantage. You know, experimenting costs a lot less.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I could have gone through a whole roll of film to get that one shot. But I can still invert them, of course. Just scan the film and reverse it on the computer.
Yeah. So we're very good. That's neat to see you experimenting with that, and I'm sure you'll do more stuff, especially if the weather stays gray and cold.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad today. Actually, the sunshine was out, but it's still
okay. Good. Well, I want to jump into some of these here because I think Jose posted this right as we ended last week, and this is in memorials at Site Greaves Pass. So I think this is kind of around Death Valley, kind of in that area. But all the people that have died along the roadside, I guess, in accidents or whatever, you know, do they do that in the UK? Put up little memorials on the road if somebody gets killed in a car wreck or something? Do they do that?
Yeah, occasionally you see them, but the local councils don't leave them there very long.
Okay, yeah.
After a period, they get taken away. Otherwise, they turn them into a bit of a mausoleum, isn't it?
Yeah. There are a few I've seen around around here. Yeah, that stuck around a long time, but when you get out west, I mean, it's relatively vacant areas, not a lot of people around, so they tend to stick around for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, local to where we are, there's a bus stop, and it's always got flowers cable tied to it.
Huh.
Because a few years ago, some guy fell under the bus as it was coming in. You know, he was a young guy. So
yeah, got run over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame, but these things happen, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, they do. But yeah, so this is kind of interesting. I think I know. Well, I know the area of the country that's in, kind of that Southern California, Southern Nevada area. But looks like he's later into the day, or maybe in the morning. Let's see, 8:01. So maybe, yeah, it looks like maybe in the morning. The sun coming up over the mountains there. Yeah, that's a nice shot. And here's our favorite camera toss.
Yeah. You can tell a semi-photo now.
Yes, very, very easy to tell. He's got a definite style.
You got that sunrise right, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Up early. That's what it takes. Yeah. Oh, okay. So 2,200 views, 135 faves, 80 groups. Okay, that's good. 121 seconds.
Pretty good. He likes his ND filters.
Yes, he does. Oh, there's another one. Taken January 6th. Looks like low tide. 1,467 groups. Yeah, nice colors as always. Kind of amazing. That's what it looks like when you get up early. See the sun. So this is, okay, so Jose infrared. Took his A6000.
Yeah, that's the one he had converted, wasn't it? To infrared only.
Yep. That's neat. It gives a kind of similar, well, not I was going to say similar, kind of reversing, but you get the colors are a lot different in infrared than they are.
I suppose it's worth having your camera converted to infrared. If it's a digital and it's probably 6 or 7 years old, it's not really going to be worth much for trading in or selling.
Yeah. It's just a good, like a second camera. I don't know what it costs to be converted. A couple $100 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have to have the infrared filters removed, don't you? So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, as a second camera, you know, and it's a small camera. I mean, the 6000 is a small camera, so it'd be easy to just carry around as a second camera wherever you go. And if you see something that looks good in infrared, then you've got it.
Is that a full frame camera? Is it?
No, it's I think it's an APS-C.
Right, nice. Smaller sensor anyway.
Yeah, it's a smaller sensor. This is the one Simi had for a while. Remember, he had, when he was in between cameras, he was waiting, and he had one of these A6000s, and he liked it, but it was just too small. You know, the controls and the knobs and the buttons were, just compared to what he was used to, which was a full frame DSLR. I mean, it's a tiny camera comparatively. So
yeah, I was looking at the prices of the new Nikon and the Canon full frames. I mean, they are horrendous, isn't it? Like $2,500.
Yeah. That's they'll come down. Next when you get the next generation out, you know, then they'll probably drop down, probably under $2,000, I would think. You know, but yeah, I could see, you know, Jose does, if you do a lot of landscape and that type of stuff, it would be nice to have an extra camera that is just infrared, because you can definitely get some creative images out of it.
Yeah, good shot. I mean, it works well with the trees and the foliage.
Okay, 481. So 8 minutes. Yeah.
Are you sure he hasn't got 10 stop ND stacked on top of each other?
Yeah. F11, 32. Yeah. So 8 minutes. That's interesting. That's about enough time to finish drinking his cup of coffee he brought with him.
Well, at least you can see the rock never moved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Flock of Seagulls. That was a band from the 80s. Flock of Seagulls.
Right. Yeah, next time he'll have to go and take some bread with him,
Mm-hmm.
and like throw it so that they're all fighting each other to get it.
Oh, okay, so he did this. He converted it, did that filter and converted it into a painting. Yeah, look at the background.
Yeah, he has.
He did that paint filter. Okay, that's kind of interesting.
Looks like camouflage, doesn't it?
It does. It almost does look like camouflage. Meigs Point, Hammonasset, Connecticut. Okay, very nice. And so it looks like he did it maybe with the background and not the foreground. I don't know. Looks like maybe the filter on the whole image, but maybe applied it heavier in the background than the foreground.
Yeah.
Because it's slight, but yeah, it doesn't look. Interesting.
He likes playing with layers, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is this one? Just is this an orchid of some kind?
This was I've done these before with
your fiber optic balls.
Fiber optics, yeah, and the stars, the stars are actually the sun stars on the end of the fiber optics.
Okay.
And it's inverted, of course.
Yeah. Okay. You figured that you like that effect now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just experimenting with the colors and yeah, because the fiber optic lamp actually changes color.
Okay. Yep.
So every 30 seconds or so, it would be a different color.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put this on 500 px as well, and it done really well.
Okay. That's a nice creative shot, though. I mean, it. Yeah, it looks like it could be like. Looks like first glance looks like maybe it could be like the the inside of a bloom or something like that, but
I actually reckon it was the Starship Enterprise going to warp.
Yeah, something similar to that. Yeah, I mean it's just it's a nice abstract abstract shot.
I didn't put any details on, so I expect a lot of them are thinking, how's he done this? What is it?
Yeah. Well, that's part of the fun.
Yeah. Obviously, if they watch the show, they know how it was done.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so it looks like it was warm there. This
is today.
Wow. He's out in the short sleeve, so it's got to be what, maybe 50 degrees, 60?
Yeah, if he was in the sun today, it wasn't bad. But if you got out of the sun, it was still quite cold.
Well, I noticed they got little palms stuck out on the jetty here.
Yeah, no, that's a walkway all the way around the sea wall, so you can walk on the sea side of the sea wall.
Okay. So
yeah, that's the bay. That is, it actually goes around the corner along the coastline.
Okay. All right. So is this on your island?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, it looks like a summer day there. It's probably warmer there than it is some days in the summer.
Yeah, and this was wide open. Today's photographs were on f2.
Okay. 1/8,000th, yeah.
8,000th of a second, this one, yeah.
Wow. Yep. That's as fast as the camera is, right? Is 8,000?
Yeah. And that's not bad, really, because that's manual focus as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's pretty good. No ND filters used.
No, nothing.
This is an ND-free zone. That's nice. It's a nice capture, too. Got the ball in the air and a dog going for it. Yeah, very nice. I like that.
I didn't have it on multiple shots. It was just one single shot.
Mm-hmm.
Got lucky.
It's kind of interesting in black and white, too. Did you try to look at this in the black and white?
No, I should probably do that. I've got it in Capture One, so I can easily switch.
Yeah, just put a black and white filter on and see what it looks like. I bet it would be kind of interesting. Because there's some clouds, you got enough clouds back there. And yeah, That's a nice shot. Nice shot though. Kind of away. Didn't you know you were there?
No, I was just walking along the top. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is when you're in the city.
Yeah. This is inside Southwark Cathedral.
Were you was this on the tripod or were you laying on the floor?
No, it was just handheld, pointing the camera up in the air.
Okay. All right.
Hyperfocal focus on the super wide.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty. You got that camera pretty square to the top.
It's really difficult not to start bending things if you don't hold it absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is either I've tried that holding it, standing and holding it, and I never get it. So I end up oftentimes just laying down on the floor, or if I have a tripod, flipping it over and getting it. But it's almost easier to lay on the floor because then you can still look through the viewfinder.
Yeah. Well, I like the idea that the articulated screen can drop down and you can turn the camera towards the roof.
Yeah.
And still look at the screen.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can pop that screen out and pop it up. Yeah. No, it came out. You got it pretty square. That's good.
Yeah. Obviously, it's got a bit of bending on the extremities there, but
yeah. No, that's pretty good actually. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so is this? This was on your trip to Italy last year. Yeah.
I went back through them and I thought I never really put this one up, and I thought the arch, Adrian's arch, come out pretty good. So
yeah, that's very nice. That's that's actually a really nice shot because you got going through the old archway, looking at that. Yeah,
that's inside the Colosseum.
Okay, so it's inside the Colosseum, looking out towards that. Okay.
Knew how to build things in them days. Look how thick the walls were.
Yeah, the thing is several feet thick, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it is. How old is it?
It's going back a couple of thousand years. And you just throw the Christians to the lions, isn't it?
Yeah. So at least, yeah. I mean, there's probably newer parts that are only maybe 1,700 years old. But older parts are probably well over 2,000 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand outside the Colosseum and look at it, a lot of it's been rebuilt, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice shot, a nice image. It's a good Jackson. Yeah, but so you're going back through and looking at stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, that looks better than I thought it did.
Sometimes you take too many digital photographs, and then. You scroll back through the ones you ignored the first time round, Maybe. Yeah, this is a later shot of the birds I've done before.
Okay.
And the clouds were just coming over the sun.
Okay.
So it's a lot darker. So.
Yep. No, that's it. Yeah, just the sun's just coming up over the. Yeah, that's neat one.
The ones I've taken before was a lot more colourful.
Yeah, because the sun wasn't.
It wasn't obscured much. Yeah.
Yeah, more of a softbox instead of a direct glare. Yeah. Oh, it's a nice one. Yeah, going back through your archives.
Yeah, I was scrolling through. Yeah, this is Ernie today going for his walk along the seafront. Yeah.
Okay, he's got a sweater on. And does he like wearing the jacket?
Yeah, he's one of these dogs that he's got hair, not fur. So he get cold if he doesn't have a jacket.
Yeah, it's not real thick, so yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, it's my daughter's dog, but he's a friendly old chap.
Yeah, he's a good.
Yeah, again,
little dog.
Wide open again.
Yep, 3200. Yep. Oh, it's a good lens. Yeah.
Yeah, that Voigtlander Lamphere is superb.
Yeah, I mean that's very nice. Yeah, he got his nose, perfect focus, and eyes are still pretty close and still pretty sharp. But yeah, when you get back in his ears, his front ears, but in his back ears starting to get a little out, and then obviously.
Yeah, I mean there's not much depth of field at f2.
Yeah, not a lot. Yeah, that's a nice shot. And the lighting was good too. It's nice light.
Yeah, the sun was. I actually had to tone down the highlights because it was really stunning. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice one. Depth of field, F2. Okay, so this is a rock along. So how big is this rock?
It's not that big, actually.
It's probably a few inches, maybe.
Yeah, probably 6 inches.
Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, it's right on the.
Yeah, so if you look at the Bocker on that one, you can see that it starts to turn to ovals.
Yeah.
In the corners. So I mean, that's not
okay. Yeah, up here. Yeah.
They start to become ovals, but I mean that's not that lens is superb. There's no vignetting on it really. It's just and not much visible distortion.
Mm-hmm. No, that's an interesting shot because it's some nice subtle colors on the rock, and you got this where you kind of this front edge. Is that what you're?
Yeah, I focused on the front edge, and I just took a chance because wide open again.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you get too close, then obviously the depth of field is wafer thin. But
yeah. So you were how far away were you from the rock?
Probably a couple of feet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, kind of balancing that out with depth of field. No, that's an interesting shot. I like that. It looks like a huge boulder, but it's actually small.
Yeah, it was only a bit of testing, playing around with the camera.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, I was trying to get to see how much depth of field I get from the distance from the subject. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I can take landscapes wide open because everything is going to be in focus. I mean, the guy on the beach with the dog, he's quite sharp, but the background's quite soft because it's f2.
Yeah.
But didn't want much of the background in, really. It was the guy with the dog I wanted.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a perfect, it's a good good lens for the shot because you want to focus on the foreground and have the background still be distinct but not super sharp. Yeah, it looked better at f2 than it would at f11 probably.
Yeah, it would do.
Be a better shot. It was a better shot because of what you were photographing. So, yeah, very nice. Well, you had a nice sunny day over there today. So
not be too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to be nice the rest of the week, or are you going to get back in the muck?
I think the bad weather's still coming. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they keep saying it's going to be really cold.
Yeah. We're having our first really cold snap here in the States. It's storm was kind of moving from California over. Now it's in the Midwest and hitting us and the East Coast, and they got a bunch of snow. So I imagine in a few days that'll get over your way too.
Yeah. We get all the stuff what you get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A few days later or whatever. Yeah.
But I expect he's going to be getting some snow. I think where he is.
Yeah, Simi probably will. They're probably actually getting a fair amount of snow. I mean, because they were saying because he's closer to Boston, but I mean in that area they were saying 6 to 8 inches, maybe a foot of snow. So you probably get. I would expect some snowscapes to show up in the next week or two.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
From his adventures out there in the morning. Yeah, I'm sure it's really only the second snowfall for him this year. They had that one after they had a lot of snow up there after Thanksgiving, like the week after Thanksgiving, and then this one now. So yeah, that's winter. It's January, mid-January. That's when you're going to get it.
Got to give it to Simi, really. I mean, getting up in the early morning to get your sunrises is one thing, but getting up in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah, he's getting up. I mean, early morning, even if there is no snow, it's this time of year it's still generally pretty chilly. I mean, it's gonna be below 0 Celsius, so in the 20s and 30s, which is chilly. When you get down that cold, it makes it you've got to take off, to operate the camera. You really don't want gloves on. But it's cold enough that if you don't have gloves on, then your fingers get cold, and you can't operate it anyway because your fingers are getting cold. So so you're always fighting with that, and if it's windy, so it's a bit of an obstacle. It's much harder to do that than 70 degrees and sunny.
Well, I think what he needs, Mark, is a large format camera. Obviously, it doesn't need batteries.
Yep.
Because eventually his batteries are going to die when it's that cold.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. But man, talk about getting cold. You have to out there fiddling around with a large format camera. Oh man, that takes commitment.
I should imagine it'd be really cozy on dark cloth.
Yeah, yeah, it would be. All right, Dennis. Hey, great job. Thanks for showing up. I'm glad you were able to participate in Joe's joy and glee that that the Los Angeles Rams are going to the Super Bowl. So I'm sure you'll be tied to every news story that leaks over there.
Yeah, he does. He does seem to be a very happy guy tonight.
Yes, he is. He's very happy. His home team won. His favorite team's going to the big game, so he's happy. But thanks for staying up late as always, and have a good week. I don't know if I'm going to get out with the camera or not this week. Probably not. Another week without the camera, but I guess it's good. I'm busy. I'm busy work-wise, which for me is kind of essential because nobody pays me unless I pay myself. So
yeah, that's true. I've worked for myself for the last 40 years. If you don't go to work, you don't earn any money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know, it's there's a lot of times where you know, you do a lot of work and you don't get paid, and then the payoff is way down the line. So I'm kind of in that phase now. A lot of stuff I was doing last year at this time is finally starting to kind of catch up with me in a good way. So
I was pretty lucky, really. I didn't have customers months and months to pay. You know.
Yeah. Now mine pay. The challenge with me in my business is that people want to do financial planning and all that, but they just don't. It's not an urgent thing for most people until it becomes urgent. Then they want to do it all at once. So I find I get a lot of people that the sales cycle, if you want to call it that, from when when I first talk to somebody or approach somebody about, maybe they should think about this, or they ask me about that, it's probably a nominal 6 months, so there's people that I'm just starting to work with now that I originally talked to back in, April, May, June, July, early to mid part of last year that are now finally, kind of in process as far as working with me. So,
yeah, I always found like if I was doing like rewires people's houses, like rewiring houses, I used to say to people, it's going to cost a lot of money to rewire your house, and when it's all done, you're going to have to decorate all your rooms again because of all the damage and stuff. And basically, you end up with what you had before. You got nothing to show for the money. Whereas, obviously, if you spent money having central heating put in your house, you've got a nice warm house at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But having your house rewired is putting your house exactly as it was.
Yeah. That's expensive to rewire a house. But you had customers that had to do it because the wiring was old, I'm sure. So
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, basically they ring me up when they got no lights anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Water's got in the cables, and the fuses keep blowing, and they've got to have it done. It's a last resort.
Yeah. They extended it or delayed it as far as they could. Now there's no choice. So.
I mean, then obviously you get the jokers who keep replacing the fuses with bigger and bigger fuses. And then they get the benefit of the fire brigade coming around to put the roof out.
Yeah. Sooner or later, the bigger fuse doesn't solve the problem; only makes it worse.
Yeah, but luckily for me, I never had to do too much house rewiring.
Yeah,
horrible.
That would be a tough work because. Yeah, it's all in the walls, and
moving furniture, lifting carpets, floorboards, stuff like that. It's hard. It's hard work. Whereas I was more a technical guy who went and found all the faults.
Okay, and then you need done, and here's some people that can do it for you.
That's it. Yeah, there you go. All my power sockets are not working, and the fuse keeps blowing, and they want to know why, and then you got to go and investigate what's gone wrong, So.
Yeah, and deliver the bad news.
Deliver the bad news. Yeah. I did a local airport, Mark. I used to work on the airfield lights and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the visual slope units. Where the plane's coming into land, it shows red and white. And
yep. Okay.
It's like ILS systems, like radio systems they use.
Okay. Yeah.
The wiring was put in the Second World War. Yeah, and it was really bad the water was in the cables, and it was like 1200 volts. It was real high voltage, and then one January I got called to the airfield because the airfield lights
went out.
I stood in the control tower, and the airfield lights were full brightness, and then they were coming down really dim, then going back up to full brightness, but no one was actually touching any controls. They was doing it all on their own.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So,
yeah. So the guy goes to me, you know, go and fix it, you know, and I goes to him, well, you know, over the last few years, I said to you that one day these lights are going to go off and not come back on. Today's the day.
That's your lucky day. Oh,
yeah. So it cost them absolutely thousands to rewire the run.
Yeah. That's they knew they were going to have to do it, and they just didn't, you know.
Yeah, they knew it was in a bad state. They were told all the time that, you know, it's you're lucky it's still on, you know.
Yeah.
And the snow come, and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and all that extra water and cold temperatures was just enough to, push it over the edge.
Yeah.
All right, Dennis. So, hey, have a good night. Enjoy your week. And I think, we'll be back here next week. We might not do a show in 2 weeks because of the Super Bowl, but I'll let you know next week. But we'll be here next week for sure.
Yep. Okay, Mark. I'll see you next week.
Take care. Take care, Dennis.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.